Sai, it's not audible right now.
Is it audible?
No.
No, no.
You can refer to it. Okay, so that was a short video about IViL that was made by Ishida, one of our coordination team members. So before that, let me tell you, a coordination team member, there are three or four of them. They will be selected. The call for applications for coordination team members will be around May, and we have eligibility criteria, that is should have attended at least 5 meetings and should have actively volunteered in at least one project. But that is just for coordination team member. And volunteer, the eligibility is any student of ATM. And let me just clarify beforehand, there is no there is no criteria that you should know Tamil or Telugu. No, language is not all a barrier. We will see some of the activities, and through those activities you will get to know that you will you can contribute a lot without any without knowing Tamil and Telugu. So, I mean, most of the activities don't require the knowledge of Tamil and Telugu. And, uh, well, put short, all you need is Hindu. Yeah, it works here. So, let me just show you some of our projects. Let's just go through them. And you have already just seen the names of them and also some pics in the wonderful video that was made by Ishida. Is also okay. So first of all, cycle donation. Thilak Raj sir already gave you an idea about cycle donation. So in campus, you have not visited campus yet. Anyone here who has visited? So I would like to keep this more interactive. I would like you to unmute and speak, or at least put in the chat. I prefer you to speak out. And so, has anyone visited campus before? Or freshies? Has anyone visited campus before?
Yeah,
Okay.
from there
So you
before.
must have noticed that they all ride cycles around there. So I mean, two-wheelers
Yeah.
are not allowed. So after graduation, these students say they, if you after graduation you don't use it, you don't take it, they are all, and we just leave it there. So we thought that we can claim these cycles, and through the proper channel we will ask their consent for donation, and once we have the consent, we will collect them, and through collaboration with the NGO, we distribute it to uh, uh, needy children in rural areas who otherwise have to walk long distances, 3 to 6 kilometers daily to school. So this would help. This will help greatly in reducing the dropouts, and uh, so we have been carrying out this activity since 2012, and the numbers vary between 50 to 150 per year, sometimes even more than that. So let me move. Before moving on to get the donation, is Surya here? Surya Prasad is not here. Okay. So I'm going to another activity of donation. That is gather donation. So well, it's not specific to campus. I mean, well, we are currently we are advertising only within campus. Still, so we all have some gadgets, electronic gadgets that uh, we have used it, and we are not going to use it again as it has been worn out. But still, if it is usable, if it can be at least serviced. So if we have such gadgets. Donating them would be a great help to those who have difficulty, who can't afford them, afford new gadgets, because obviously the COVID-19 times have shown us the importance of electronic gadgets like smartphones, tablets, and laptops. So we every semester we give out a call. This was just started in 2020 because only then we realized the actual need, how important this is for the current generation. Okay, so uh, ICMICO is it's part of the discussion forum of IViL. Uh, so it caters to an urban young audience, and basically it's a discussion activity. It's a quite a fun activity, and it happens once a year. It will be either in the odd semester or it will be in the event semester. So so it's not started in 2020. It was started in 2012. Uh, each year we choose a topic, and on that topic we do various activities. The mentioned like quiz, skit, debate, then various interactive competitions. So we conduct it for urban school students. Mostly we have contacts of the urban schools in Chennai. So mostly they will be from Chennai, but and usually when it is conducted in campus, it's only in Chennai. And so, but for the last 2 years, we have been conducting it online. So we have had students from Bengaluru, Sivakasi, and Madurai and Thiruvananthapuram also. So about IGNICO, I mean, before I move on to the next slide, I want some of you to guess some of the themes. Let me see how many of you get it straight. So as I mentioned, we choose a theme for every year, and all activities will be based on the theme. So can you just guess some of the themes that we chose that may be related to? We are anyway. Yeah, I want to hear some of you. You may unmute and speak. Any guesses?
Maybe bring connectivity to more rural areas, since because of lockdown most schools are taking education in online mode. Many people don't have access to internet that easily, so maybe it's something related to that.
Okay, so in 2020, our theme was, I mean, it was not exactly that, it was the impact of COVID-19. COVID-19 from the lens of rural India. So, if there are no, I will move on to the next slide. So, this was I mean, the theme of this year, 2021. It was conducted in October. So, COVID-19 from the lens of rural India, that was the theme for last year. These 6 and 7, these two were conducted online. Usually, it is conducted in campus. The students come over to campus and spread over 2 days, 3 hours each. So it's not currently it is not an active volunteering opportunity right now. Happens once a year. So the next one, if you want, we will have the discussion. We have not planned the semester, upcoming semester yet. So if you want, we can incorporate one in the upcoming semester. But mostly it will be in the odd semester. Okay. So moving on to Sankalp. Uh, as you all, some of you had asked whether there are village visits. Yeah, we also have village visits. Basically, one this project is entirely for village visit. It is entirely for inducing an interest in learning in children. So, I mean, in rural areas, we have noticed they have lack of exposure. They are not aware as much as we are, as we are, or those in their urban counterparts are. So, also, I mean, many of them due to home circumstances or due to financial circumstances, or maybe they are not having an interest in learning further and going for higher education. So basically, an interest in learning, to inculcate an interest in learning, and also to inculcate a scientific temperament, being from a technical or technological organization. We focus on conducting science experiments and demonstrating science through a fun way. That is the main highlight. In addition, we would also provide career guidance and also engage them in various fun activities. They are kids, so we engage them in various fun activities. So this is in Sankalp. Career guidance, it requires Tamil volunteers. Fun activities requires this one Tamil volunteer. Others can be not Tamil speaking. Explanation of basic concepts. You can, I mean, doesn't require Tamil volunteers. And for the previous ones, cycle get the donation. There is no language barrier for ICMICO also. It's usually conducted in English only. So again, no language barrier. So there are only very few areas where there are language barriers. So these are the images of the online cycle that was conducted in 2021, August this year. Okay. Now Shita will tell you about IViL. This is basically a teaching. So a teaching opportunity, not exactly teaching, but creating educational content. So are there anybody here? Is anybody here very interested in teaching, creating educational content in vernacular languages? Or just interested in teaching? Anybody here?
Yeah, teaching,
Yes,
yes.
I would.
Okay. Ishita, please.
Yeah, so in this project, actually, I was also a part of this project, and I joined IViL through this project only. So basically, the motivation for this project is that a large number of schools exist where the faculty is not there. So we try to supplement the lack of the faculty and the lack of faculty and also the quality content through such educational videos. So eVidyaloka is an online teaching project, meaning that you will always make some videos or teach the students live only through your any device like laptop and all. Even if you come to Insti, you won't be going to that village and teaching the students. Okay, and particularly this is for like creating content in regional languages. You might have heard that many a time students face a lot of problem with regional languages. Like there are multiple books in English, but there are like there is no book in Hindi or any other regional language, and students do face problem. Those who don't know English, they have a lot of problem in this. So this is the reason why this project is taken up by the NGO called eVidyaloka. What we have to do is that we have three options in this. The first option is live teaching. The second one is video creation, and the third one is content development. In live teaching, you will have to give 2 hours per week, and you will be teaching the students of a village, a pre-selected village, and that will be live sessions. Okay, and that will be in the working hours. So it might be possible that it might clash with your classes and all. So that probably doesn't work for us, like we are students, so that doesn't work for us. The second one is video creation. So in that you are allotted a particular topic and you create video related to that topic. Like, say I take up math for class 7, and I teach rational numbers. So I make a PPT, a presentation of that in the regional language that I choose. Like, it's my choice which language I want, and I make the video, and like give it to them, like submit it to them, and then they'll review it. And in case some change is required, I'll do that, and then I'll go to the next requirement. In case of content development, it's mostly worksheet making. Like, we get these questions, question bank kind of things, right? So making that in the regional language. So it's quite fun, and it's very good for those who are interested in teaching, and like seeing how their teaching skills are. And in a way, this will also help so many students who are facing this problem of regional language, or they don't have the proper faculty and all. So yeah, I did this for 1 complete year, and it was like nice. It was great. Yeah. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, so before moving on to the next project, I would like to ask you one fun question, fun trivia. So I had mentioned that we have weekly meetings. Weekly meetings happen on Fridays at 9 p.m. Now it's happening in online meets, like in every other meeting. But before COVID-19, it used to happen in campus in some place. So my question is, in which place of the campus did we used to have our meetings? This is just a fun trivia question. I will give you options. Option A. I mean, uh, I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with the locations of AITM. So option A, Himalaya Lawn. Option B, CLT. Option C, Student Activity Center, that is SAC. Option D, Central Library. Himalaya Lawn, Central Lecture Theatre, or CLT, SAC, and Central Library.
I think SAC.
It's not in SAC, it is a student activity, but it is not conducted in Student Activity Center. And the answer, what's SLT?
Himalayas then,
So
lawn.
it is conducted in CLT, Central Lecture Theatre. Okay, that's just a fun question. I just asked to kill the boredom. Okay, moving on to our next project, content and video creation. The started off, I mean, it's not running right now. We want new volunteers to resume this hotted project. So the earlier one, IViL, it's an active volunteering opportunity right now. Well, this we want to revamp it this year. We couldn't do it last year because we had other activities. So I mean, last semester we couldn't do it because we had other activities. So, but we want to revamp it this semester. So we'll give you a brief idea. You can it's open. So we are starting it. So it's open. You can brainstorm. You can come up with ideas. So the basic idea is to create a video and written content on various aspects, such as educational content you can create. So for example, we were collaborating with the NGO Sevai Karangal. We created some educational, I mean, content for how to use the basic computer tools like Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, etc. We created some content to help for that. And so you can create videos about career guidance and career awareness. That's quite a demand, not just with the rural audience. And introduction of new technological advances. So what we can do, we can use this, create these videos, create this content. We can share them with NGOs who can use them on their villages. We can use it on our YouTube channel. We can spread awareness. So this is a project that requires revamping from IViL side. It's not running actively. So before moving on to the next project, let me just ask you. Yeah, it's very obvious. What is the prime main occupation of people in rural areas?
Agriculture.
Farming.
Yeah, agriculture. So, do we have any project related to that? Yeah, since we are for body, we say that we are working for rural empowerment. So, we have one such project. Yes, we have an agriculture project. Currently, ideation is going on. Earlier, we had some activities, and Ishida will explain them. Yes, please, Ishida.
Yeah, so in the IViL agriculture project, it is generally related to like how uh, technological advances that are so prevalent in the urban areas, and we are taking benefit of these technological advances, how we can use those to help the farmers in the rural areas where the awareness and the much required guidance is not there. So, could you please go to the next slide? Sorry. Yeah, so earlier activities that we engaged in were online counseling for farmers, where the farmers were connected to the experts and like through video calls and all, and they were given the advice for farming, how they can use these technological advances to get good yield. And the second is the Krishi dose that we had. Yeah, next slide. Yeah, in agri-nears and be a farm. There was a farm dose and agri-nears.
So agreements is basically a technical event. I mean, during Shastra and Sarang. I mean, during Shastra, we invite we conduct a competition, an ideation competition for the general audience of Shastra. So the thing is, we come up with some, we think of and come up with some problem statements in agriculture, and we pose it to during the Shastra, and the participants, they have to come up with brainstorm and come up with solutions, some suggest some solutions to the same, and we will discuss, we will evaluate and reward the best. So this last time it happened in 2018. uh, okay. Farm those, it's basically create a small video like Krishi Dos. This basically, it's a magazine to spread aware. I mean, those who are to encourage those who don't know farming. I mean, those who don't know farming, those who are no experience, prior experience in agriculture, but they want to take up agriculture. As a preliminary guide to them, we created this. And in the meantime, farm those, it's a competition where, I mean, it's an event where we require the volunteers to upload a small video. It's kind of publicity to show the positive sides of farming, to motivate farming and as a profession. So this is about this is not all about agriculture project. Um, Okay, so we are resuming agriculture project. Those are were our former activities. As I mentioned, our former activities. So what we are doing currently, since the last semester. So we are put it into 3 points. Shida, would you take it?
Yeah. Um, Currently, we have resumed the agriculture project. So, we are looking into how we can connect the lenders, like in any village there are like big farmers who can lend their equipments, and there are some small farmers that do not have the equipment, but they take those equipments on hire from those farmers who are lending it. But many a times what happens is that there is a gap between these two, a communication gap or something, because of which the farmers are not able to get that equipment on time. So, what we are trying to do over here is that we are creating a WhatsApp bot in which that WhatsApp bot is a kind of connect between these two, like the person who is taking it and the person who is willing to lend it. So, this much required gap is something that we are trying to provide. Yeah, that's all.
So basically, in villages, as Shida pointed out, the farmers know equipment owners only by word of mouth. When you suddenly need it, you may not get it, and they may lose the crop due to unexpected bad weather like hailstorm. So that is a common, or that is one common thing. And another thing is that if you create such a portal where you onboard all equipment lenders, so the farmer who wants the equipment, he will message on the WhatsApp bot, I want this equipment on this day. And then the WhatsApp bot will identify the equipment lenders within a closest to the farmer, and will rank them in the order of availability on the given day, distance, and cost. And then further, when they two are connected, they can negotiate and do it. So it will create a fair market. It will get competitive, fetch competitive prices for equipment for farmers. Another idea is it was shared to us by the mother of one of our volunteers, who is a district agriculture officer in Raigad district, Maharashtra. So she told that there are many indigenous crop varieties that have many added values, like medicinal, added medicinal properties, added nutritional values, increased pest resistance, and increased resistance to climatic change. And however, with the advent of hybrid crops which have higher yield, they are just getting extinct because they are being neglected. Uh, so what we thought, we can create awareness, at least we can create awareness about the importance of at least conserving. You can use hybrid crops for the major part, but don't lose out on them, because in many cases when you completely switch to hybrid crops, they were not pest resistant, they crops failed, and in those times indigenous crops have to come to the rescue. So we are we are ideating on a project to spread awareness and also create a repository. So that is a new one in the offing. And also thinking of a project idea to where we can identify problems and we can use the IITM community. If you identify a problem and use the expertise of the IITM community, that includes our faculty, to come up with technological based solutions, because we are Indian Institute of Technology. Yeah. So before moving on to the uh, next project, okay, so I would just like to ask another trivia question. Uh, Trivia question. Okay. Which state of India has the highest percentage of rural population? I mean, in which state of India the maximum percentage of the population lives in rural areas? No, it's a trivia question to break the ice. We will move on. Not Rajasthan. No. No again. Can see. It's not northeast. It's Himachal Pradesh. It's 89, over 89% of the population lives in rural areas. Okay, so we are moving on to the next project. That is the yeah. So that is the highlight of our activities at the moment. Any guesses of as to what it might be? Like right now we are having our vacation, so our regular projects are not happening. Most ideation and brainstorming through meetings, that's what is happening right now, motivated by our faculty advisor. So let me see. Any guesses as to in what field? Is it a small scale project or a large scale project? Or, in what field are we doing? Is this does anybody have any guesses? No. Okay, we'll move on. This is in the field of education. So, have you heard of NPTEL, National Program for Technology Enhanced Learning?
Yeah,
Okay, so what is it for? Can anybody volunteer and tell everybody what NPTEL is?
actually, I got to know about in the ecology and environment introduction session. It is, I guess, related to overall development of poor people, to protect environment, also provide knowledge to underprivileged students,
No, no,
etc.
no, I'm talking just about NPTEL, uh, National Program for Technology Enhanced Learning. So, what do they do? I mean, what is it? What is it? It's a course.
Basically, they offer courses taught by IIT professors free of cost.
Yeah. So it's a portal where educational content for college students for various courses exist, and those are taught by IIT Madras. So we thought, how can we? I mean, our faculty suggested why don't we think in a line that we can use the idea of NPTEL for IViL. So that's the TEL school project. So I mean. It's a we submitted a project proposal with this idea to NCSTC, Department of Science, Government of India, in this year's March. NCSTC, they approved our proposal, and we will be getting the funding soon. So currently we are mostly planning and ideating on that. So the idea is to create a web repository. It's on the web filters of educational video content in vernacular languages for school subjects, and those should be prepared preferably by rural school teachers who have the talent. So at the end, we aim to provide quality education to rural school children, especially with special focus on remote areas where we will disseminate in the form of recorded content, in the form of pen drives, etc. So our project is one phase that is of the timeline of 2.5 years, 2.5 years. So currently in this project in our funded one, we are focusing it for the three subjects: physics, biology, and maths for classes 9 and 10 in Tamil Nadu, and one Hindi speaking state. While at the in the larger scale, we want it for at least for uh, middle and high school and higher secondary school students. For all subjects, we want the educational content in multiple languages. That's the end of the mission. But for phase one, that's for 2.5 years, this is what we are doing, and ideation and planning are in progress. So the methodology goes like we spread awareness about the creation of such a portal. We get in touch with the education board. We collect the student teacher ratio and all. We spread the word. We call for audition for school teachers from government schools, especially in rural areas. We will give special preference, and they will send a 2-minute recording of their teaching video, and based on them we will screen them. We will select the teachers. They will get to come to IIT Madras to attend a workshop by IIT faculty on efficient lecture designing and delivery, followed by which they would prepare content on the topic that they have chosen, and prepare the video, record the video in a studio in good quality. While IViL volunteers will also contribute towards creating enrichment content, that is, content that will include real life applications to make it more interesting, real life applications, interactive sessions, experiments, and assignments, assignments, etc. So, and also, currently ideation is in progress. We can include many more ideas. Can also include something those which are lacking in the current education system. We can rectify it through this. Like for example, we can improve career awareness. We can include career orientation, so that the students who watch it get an idea whether they are forced into the career or whether they are choosing it out of their own interest. And we can also include some coding lessons, because coding is getting important, very important these days. So like that we can ideate. We are having special meetings for that. That is a highlight activity of IViL at the moment. Now food stall. Okay, so what is Shastra and Saring? Are you aware of it?
Technical fest and cultural fest.
Okay, so when is the Shastra and Saring for the year 2022 going to happen?
In
Sarang is 6 to 9, I think.
Okay, so you are up to date. That's fine. And okay, the span 4 days, 4 days. Yeah. So during Shastra and Sarang, how explain this? Describe the setting. Can anyone describe the setting of Shastra and Sarang? I mean, you have not been, but just guess. What do you expect the college fest to be like? Anybody? What is your expectation? What is your mental picture of a college fest? It is Shastra Sarang. Yeah. Anybody? No one has got a
Just like there'll be a central stage where all the main events happen, and by the in the way to it, there'll be stalls like that.
ah, yeah. So there will be a lot of people coming in and out, and all the visitors they need food. Um, One thing that you can notice there is that every food stall they offer fast food or I mean small snacks and all. Almost every one of them it's the snacks and small food items. So for a proper meal, if you are going to Sastra or Sarang, a full scale one, not the online hybrid one that's going to happen this year, upcoming year. So in a real Shastra Sarang, when you're hungry after watching all the events and participating, and you roam through and you see that there is nothing for a full meal, don't worry. If you see IViL food stall, yeah, we have the most affordable food stall. We have full meals. That is those meals, rice and various traditional food items are being cooked by women who are brought to the campus from a village, and uh, so the entire profit that is generated that is distributed among the women who come. So this basically serves two purposes. One is to provide us a short financial aid. The main purpose is to motivate them, to show them that they can do. They have that. They can do business. They can do use their skills in cooking for and make money, and they can contribute to the income of the family. And so basically to give them a short term financial support and a notion that they can achieve financial independence. We conduct this food stall, and their profit goes to them. We generate a profit around 1 to 1.5 lakh per year. It is divided among the women. That's it about the projects. It's not currently running for 2021, and 2020 it's not going to happen. In 2020, yeah, in 2020 it happened. Okay, so some of our former projects. So our current projects they are exhausted, and now you must have realized, those who had wrote, you must have realized that most of our projects, whether it is ideation, brainstorming, action, volunteering, field work, whatever, most of them they don't require, they don't have a language barrier, and all you need is Endo. And so some of our former projects, some of them completed, some of them halted, some of them ended. Quarter project is it's in a halt. So there's from campus main gate near 2 kilometers away, there is a gypsy colony of Merikuravar tribal community most of them who are rack pickers, bead sellers, mm, and they are also into the profession. They don't take up other professions. So we thought we will target the generation of the kids, and we will motivate them towards learning, so that when they grow up, they can take up other jobs. They will break the stereotypical occupations uh, of their community, and they will lead better lifestyle. IKC, that's a former that is completed in 2009. That was IViL team. They set up an integrated knowledge center, library, computer, newspaper, information bulletin, and all that. So that is targeting all the rural kids, the youth, the men, and women. in various ways. Okay, so these are also some of our formal projects. Prayas, it was taken up by NSS. Comrade teaching, it was replaced by IViL Orientation. And that was a library that was completed. Okay, so we have seen the current activities, the highlight activity. That is, what is our highlight activity right now? Anybody remembers? Hello.
Yeah, it's Dell School.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. I would like to end it with our motto. I will you. That's our motto. Thank you for attending the session. So I have shared a link to the Google Sheets, which you have to fill. This is the link. So please fill up if you would like to join IViL. We will have weekly meetings. Through weekly meetings, you get into our volunteering opportunities, and we will stay updated. You'll be added to our Google group and WhatsApp group, and can stay updated. Whenever volunteering opportunities come up, we can volunteer in them. We can attend our meetings and brainstorm for the activities, and also plan for our projects. So thank you all for staying till the end, and thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Yeah, thanks a lot for joining.
Thank
Stopping
you.
the recording. You can